In this video, we're going to cover how to run script jobs on a client. Specifically, we're going to run a script job for modifying the boot timeout for machines that have automation folders installed. So the need to delete the boot menu in clients with automation folders. And the script that we're going to run is this guy here. And I will show you why we would want to do that. When we install automation folders onto a client machine, we'll end up with a new boot item for Windows 8 and Windows 10, and there will be a 30-second counter for selecting it, and that can be problematic. So the Symantec Deployment Solution Pre-Boot Environment option is our automation folder, and that is booting to Windows PE. When a job is set to specifically boot to automation, it'll automatically go there. It won't give us a timeout here. The reason that we have a timeout is if the machine were having problems in the field, we would maybe want to go to the machine and boot the machine up and have it talk to the server so that we could perform a task right from automation, maybe restore an image to it directly. But this timeout can be problematic because our end user maybe would get in there accidentally and possibly have an issue that they would generate and not be able to know what was going on and make a call to the help desk. So we're going to go ahead and make a new job. And we'll just call it run script boot time. And we will add to it a run script job. And from our document, we are going to do this. It's just a simple bcd edit command. And our timeout will be 5 seconds because I would like to have it for a couple of seconds be there in case I want to use it. 0 would give us no menu, then it would just boot straight in. So we will take a peek here. Our script is going to run in Windows. If we had a file, we could browse to it. We are going to run this on the client computer. It is going to run in the production environment. If we wanted, we could have it run in automation if it was a thing like maybe a disk wipe that we were doing, but we are going to do within production. And we're also going to use the local system account. Now, depending on what task is being run, we may have to elevate the rights and run it in the specific user, maybe give the local administrative account on these machines, or run it in the console user session. So console user, be careful, is who is currently logged onto the machine. So right now there's nobody logged in, there would be no running of the console. So if we were trying to script this on a bunch of machines, we would want to make sure that either all the machines were logged in or we would not be using the console user. So we're going to go ahead and go with default local system account. I believe that'll work for this process. We will go with hidden would be fine, and we'll go for troubleshooting though. You would maybe want to do maximized on 1 or 2 machines so that you could see the script run, but we're going to go ahead and just go with hidden and then check the results and finish. So I'm going to run this on my Win 10 0302, and I'm going to run it on my 01 machine because they both have automation folders, and I would like for them both to have that timeout moved from the 30 seconds to the 5 seconds. It would be more useful. Now that that is run, we will do a quick reboot here and observe that the 5 seconds is there instead of the default 30 seconds. And here we are. So we put in 5 seconds. So we still have the menu in case I wanted it while I was out in the field, but it's only a couple seconds and then it boots on into Windows. So that can be put to a 0 as noted in the KB document, and then no menu would come up. Another scripted job that we would maybe want to run is from doc 10970, and that's how to remove provisioned apps for all users on Windows 10 and Windows 8 clients to create a clean sysprep image. When working with Windows 10 before, well, or 8, but basically Windows 10, Microsoft has a bunch of things that should be done. And so what we're going to do is speed that up by running a couple of scripted jobs that are available for us. And so these jobs are here actually in a bin file, and we're going to download both of those. and import them into our server. So the job's already been set up basically, and we just need to run it. If we were going to make these from scratch, like we did for the remove the boot menu timeout before, we could then copy all of the information here and put it right into our own script. Now, a couple of things that we do need to pay attention to for this to work properly for preparing a system, we do need to run the script on the managed client with the administrator context using the specific user option in the client run environment. So what that means is we're going to need to log into that machine and then run it as that user over there. So those are important for this. Another thing that's important for Windows 10 sysprepping is the image should be a nice clean installation of Windows. Ideally, it will not have been joined to the domain, according to what Microsoft says, and we will have only logged into it with one specific user, and then we'll do all settings and all cleanup scripts like this as that one user. So I'll go over to the console. We'll dig more into that later, but for now, we will import the two that we just downloaded, and we won't put it in a folder. We'll just allow it right to the root. Then we will import the other. All right, so now we have let's make a new folder real quick here. We'll just call, oops, not a new job. Do a new folder called there we go. And so let's take a look at these. We won't run them here because we will talk about that on the sysprep job. But we've got our PowerShell commands that are being executed here, just the same as what was in our, just like what was in the example. We could copy it out and put it right in here, but we've created them already for us in a bin file that we could then import. Convenient. There we go. Okay, well, hopefully that's helpful. That's a couple of examples of run scripts that we would maybe run and how we can import jobs that have scripts and how we can use them and schedule those.